together we survive.
Pain as portal. Queer crip magic. Interdependence is power. Welcome to Held Together. I'm Xander Keller, and I'm in my bed, as usual. This bed that has gone from an isolation chamber to a community space. And I want to invite you in. Held Together is an invocation, an exposing, where we literally bring folks into my bed to talk about life inside a care web. A web that includes disability, queerness, sickness, neurodivergence, and the intimate realities of interdependence. I used to try to hold it all together, and now I feel held together. Today on Held Together, my dearest beloved Lyric is here in bed with me. And we really explore the way that we feed each other, especially when we both feel like we have nothing to give.
The way we can show up, each with half a spoon, toss it in the cauldron, something magical happens, and we each walk away with 20 spoons.
Yeah, that's kind of it. But we also talk about webs and building community where everyone gets to be at the center of the web.
Mm-hmm. The way the threads of the web pull on one another and feed one another.
Mm-hmm. And we talk about divorce, parenting, family,
grief,
and
song.
Welcome to Held Together here today with Xander and Lyric. Xander is invoking intention and exploring what it is to nourish, build, and seed something that is evolving as they go, exposing and showing behind-the-scenes look of what has been built. We're inviting you into real, behind-the-scenes, intimate conversations with the people who make up Xander's care web. And now, over to Xander and Lyric.
Just want to take a moment together to land and arrive in this place. And because Lyric's here, we must have a singing landing. We're going to sing a Lillian Johnson song. I reach down, down, down deep. I reach down, down, down deep. Mother Earth welcomes me. Mother Earth welcomes me.
Okay.
I reach down, down, down deep. I reach down, down, down deep. Mother Earth welcomes me. Mother Earth welcomes me. I'm so glad to have you here in this bed. And Nora and our web of folks with us. Feels like an extra special thing to welcome people into.
Yeah.
And feels special to start with song because I think I've shared with folks that singing has been a long process for me to get my voice to make singing sounds and to do it in front of anybody, let alone in front of many people, is a very, very big deal for me. And I have been gifted with so many angels and song doulas, and you are one of my biggest. And I've just like felt so comfortable singing with you for so long.
Yeah.
And things kind of flow. Like we can just like songs just come through, or we can just improvise or practice things. And I didn't realize until very recently that you have this like very deep expertise and background in singing. And I think that tells a lot that like you managed to not let on, which is actually like so beautiful, because if I would have known how much wisdom and skill and training and expertise you had, I might have felt like less comfortable going there. And you you just like let me think that we were just both singing together, which we were doing. And also you were like curating a very nice nest for me with all of your singing skills, which I think is just very indicative of a lot of how I experience you, because that is a different skill set, to have like a lot of skill and to not have to wield it of like, I'm really good at this, but instead to like be able to use that skill to help my voice find its edges and stretch in a safe way. Like that is a really beautiful and generous gift. And when I learned that, our mutual friend and family person, Erin, was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Like why it's so easy for you to sing with them. And I was like, oh, yeah, you have a lot of training. So I'm grateful to be such a recipient. And it's kind of fun too to think about how it's not just one way. Like I realized the other day that I'll often learn and receive songs from different places and then come back to you, and then you'll help me sing them. But then I'm like also teaching you new songs, and that I feel like is like a way where it's not just like a one way dump, but and also I guess there's a lot of things to say about singing. But yeah, I think it's a good little metaphor for our relationship in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think it is, because I don't feel like there's anything in our relationship that's just one way. Like there's such a flow between us, and I've described it before as like being in a pool and like moving around in this pool, and like you can feel the ripples of the other person, and sometimes one is more wavy than the other, but it's so easy to flow with. And sometimes we're swimming together and sometimes we're swimming in different directions, but I always know you're there. Yeah. Do you want to sing the song we wrote together?
Sure.
Yeah.
When this held together idea was taking shape, to feel like it's still taking shape, I knew there had to be songs. And so it's like, Lyric, let's make a song. And then we sat in the hammock.
Yeah.
And in like maybe 10 minutes, the song came through.
Yeah. This whole song.
The whole thing.
This whole song. Yeah.
So this, to me, is the song form of this held together experience.
Yeah.
So let's try to sing it.
All right, let's do it.
Do we want to try to sing it with the harmony or without?
Yeah. So first chorus, we'll sing it together.
Okay.
And then we'll try the harmony. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Grandma, for passing us the threads. We've used them wisely. We've built this web. We found each other through the sparkles in our eyes. I've always always known you. I am yours and you are mine. 'Cause we are holding, we are holding, we are holding one another. We are held together. And when I start to come apart at the seams, your golden threads will strengthen me. We'll weave together rainbow tapestries. I will catch you, reach for me, 'cause we are holding, we are holding, we are holding one another. We are held together, held together. Our needs are our power, and we don't have to solve one another. Come together in pain and pleasure, in grief and joy, 'cause we are holding, we are holding, we are holding one another. We are held together. Thank you, Grandma, for passing us the threads. We've used them wisely. We've built this web. We found each other through the sparkles in our eyes. I've always known you. I am yours and you are mine.
So powerful. Wow. Soaring on that. Thank you. Thank you. And I think there's something about the come together in pain and pleasure that makes me want to ask about what it was like to come together when you first met.
Feels like lifetimes ago. Like I've always known you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really only just over a year ago in this timeline.
Yep.
And it was at a retreat that I was hosting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really, 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 really sick.
But I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know until the very last day when you were in the full throes of COVID.
Right. Oh, yeah. I was so, so sick. And that's one of the weirdest things about living with the kind of chronic illness that I live with is it's really hard to tell what kind of sick I am. And so many times I've wondered if I've been contagious sick and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And that time I was.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess we talked about this already when Raven came.
Yeah.
It's like that was also when you met Raven.
That was when I met Raven too.
I remember because I knew most of the people there, but I didn't know you.
Yeah.
It always feels really hard to meet someone when I'm like extra unwell because I feel like I can't, like I feel that I won't be felt in who I am when I'm like in so much pain and distress.
Well, I only knew one person there. I only knew our friend. And they were, I guess, in retrospect, taking care of you. And the two of you were very much like together. And I remember feeling like oh no, now I'm alone because
Mm.
I don't have them. They're the only person I know. But that feeling passed really quickly because of everyone in the space. Like Xander said, they were one of the hosts, and when we were in ritual, they were often leading a lot of the ritual and like giving so much to the experience and so present and such a big presence. And at the same time that they were big, they were also big in a way that made one feel like they could also be big. And I think that's a lot of who you are. And then you healed me, even though you didn't know me. My shoulder was in immense pain. I could barely use my arm, and it was really impacting my experience. And Xander offered to do some work on my shoulder and just poured so much love and healing into me. My shoulder didn't hurt for like a month after that. It was amazing.
Which is kind of interesting because I was in this feeling of like needing so much care. Like I couldn't even see. And I was blind, like walking around blindfolded, and people were feeding me and stuff, like wandering, like guiding me in the woods and stuff, because I was in so much pain. And then I was like, oh, I think I could do like a healing touch situation, because I was just thinking of all the things I couldn't do. It was so noticeable, and then I was like, oh, that would feel kind of good. And it was also a really good reminder for me of just like, oh, I do have things to offer, even when I feel like I don't. And I think that whole weekend was helpful for me because I was still contributing while I was also so unwell. And it was just a good reminder of how that can be.
Yeah.
And I remember in working on your body, I could feel my body settling and like feeling nourished. And that's always such an amazing thing for me when I'm in that place of like body, soul, tending, where it feels so flowing. Like it doesn't feel like a one directional drain of energy, or when it does, then I know it's out of alignment, because when it feels like I'm also receiving as I'm giving.
I think that like plays out a lot in our relationship, because I know there have been times where we both felt completely drained and like we had no capacity, but we somehow still like managed to like crawl to one another, and it somehow, us being together, like creates this energy flow that is really revitalizing.
I feel it today.
Yeah, you feeling
Oh
it?
God, I was like, I cannot do this. I'm so wiped out. Now I'm already feeling better and I'm more upright. But it is really interesting because there have been so many times in our relationship where I'm just like, I have nothing.
Yeah.
And the most obvious response, or maybe the most learned or grooved response, is to be like, no, I can't. And I've been practicing saying no because I know it's so sacred and so important.
Yeah.
And there's also something that feels alchemical around like, oh wait, is there a yes in here that could somehow help me go from depleted to more capacity, versus like this idea that like if I say yes, I'm just going to become more depleted.
Yeah.
And that has happened over and over and over again with us. And it's so, it feels rewiring.
Yeah.
Because my neural pathways are like, no, that's not how it works. And I'm like, oh, wait, it can work that way. And I'm starting to be able to believe it more the more that it happens.
Yeah. It's very special.
It's really special.
Yeah.
Oh. Can we think of an example? I can think of a bunch. I wonder if there's one that would be a way to kind of like tangible lie, or what's the word for that? Like Leticia would say concretize, but that word is hard for me. make more like real.
Make
What
more
does it
real.
look like? I can think of one.
Okay.
Let's see of one.
No, you.
Well, the one that I'm thinking of kind of opens up a whole topic
Okay.
around your divorce.
Yeah.
But maybe it makes sense, instead of linearly describing that, we like go into the middle and then back up, because that's how
Sure.
my brain works.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay. Nora, is this going okay? Okay. We told Nora, we were like, Nora, keep us on track. Who knows where we're going to go?
We both are neurodivergent.
Yeah. Is why we get along so well.
Yeah.
And also, we always wonder, like, what is the outside world going to make sense of
What do they
this?
think?
So you have to let us know if any of this
Yeah.
resonated, or if it was like a jumble of soup cauldron.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a time.
Long, long ago.
There was a time,
Dun,
I
dun, dun,
believe,
long, long ago. Yeah.
where you asked me if you could come stay here.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Oof. Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to kind of tell this story from different angles, because in that moment I knew what a big ask it was, and like what a brave ask it was, and I knew a lot of what led up to that point of being able to ask for that and reach for that.
Yeah.
And then I also was at one of those like 0 negative spoons, and I was like, uh-oh, I was banking on this time to like have alone recharge time, because we had just gotten off of this really powerful grief retreat, which I was also co-hosting, and I like managed my spoon count to have like uninterrupted alone recharge time.
Yeah.
And the obvious answer was no. And then I did that thing in my brain. I was like, wait, is there a way that there can be a different option and it's not overriding my no?
Yeah.
Because the obvious answer was yes. Like my energetics was like 100% yes. But then from a spoon count, it was like a no. And so then it was like, wait, what do I know about spoons? I know that when we pool our spoons, more is possible.
Yeah.
And I know that I can be like 100% honest with you
Yes.
about where I'm at and what I need and what kind of recharge time I need, and we can explore. And then in that time, it ended up generating a bunch of spoons for me, and you cooked and you did all these other things that like I wasn't asking for, but there was like a lot of resource generating happening in that period that was like way more than if I would have actually just been alone, because I did still get to have plenty of alone time. Which is also nice because we can be alone together, which is like the best.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we want to kind of like rewind to more of like a different part of that story, since I know anyone listening will have no idea.
Yeah. That
That's
would
a weird way
probably
to
want to
describe
get
it.
caught up on that.
At what point do we want to rewind?
Where
to?
do we, where do
I think that I'm wanting to hear Lyric describe the process of wanting to leave the marriage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know. Let's rewind to my birthday celebration. That's a good place to start this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had been wanting to release myself from this marriage for quite some time. And Xander knew this, and I was really honest with Xander about what was going on and why I was feeling this way. And they were super supportive, but also really patient with me, which I think probably took a lot, because there were a couple times where I was like just about there. And then, you know, I would agree to give it one more go, one more try, you know. And so my birthday came up, and no one has ever like planned a birthday for me that was like where it just felt like I was so known and seen and cared for. And Xander asked me if I wanted to, like, if they could plan something for me for my birthday. And then they asked me how much I wanted to be involved in the planning. And it was another one of those moments where I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to ask for what I want, because I'm comfortable enough that Xander will tell me no if it's too much of an ask. And so I told them, you know what? I just want you to plan something for me, and I know it's going to be great. But no, I don't want to be involved in the planning, because I'm always planning all the things. I'm always on top of things, and I just don't want to. And so they got all of our friends together, and they went out of their way to make sure that I had my favorite dessert, which is passion fruit mousse, which is something that I had in Brazil and is like non-existent around here. But they made sure that I had that. And all of our friends like wrote me little love notes, and it was just all about holding me. And we made a like as a group made this like group wish for me to be freed from this situation. And it was so powerful, and it, you know, it was magic. You know, it was really magic. I forget what it was exactly that I said, but I think I said what I wanted was I wanted my spouse to want the divorce. It's like that was my wish, was that it wasn't just coming from me, because I knew it would be easier if it was his decision. And I think we all thought like that would never happen. But it did.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
It really did.
Yeah. It really did. And I think part of the reason it did was like I felt so supported by community in that moment, and so certain that I had all of these people that loved me and supported me and wanted what was best for me, that I became like confident that I wasn't going to fall. Like nobody was going to let me just fall and keep falling and flounder, and like that I had a web. And so I started to like speak my truth in my marriage. Like this is who I am, you know, and if we're going to stay together, like these are the non-negotiables. And it turns out that he couldn't roll with that. And so he decided to leave me, which was great. Yeah. And the final decision came like right after the grief retreat. And I knew that, like, if I stayed in my home, that he might go back on that decision. So I needed to get out. And so, yeah, it was very hard for me because I'm always the one taking care of everybody else. And I'm always the one that, like, has it all together, even though I really don't. I have my own invisible disabilities. But I knew I needed to get out, and I trust Xander so much to tell me no if my ask is too big. I trust them to not let me be a burden, which is a huge fear of mine. I never want to be a burden on someone else. That I asked, like, can I come stay with you? Can I come tonight? Is what I said.
And it was great.
Yeah.
Was this kind of a solidification of the family feel at this point when this happened?
I think that was before.
That was before. Yeah.
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 Which is also cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, Xander and I have this connection that, like, really deserves to be called family, but I feel like it's even so much more than that. But I have 2 children. They're 3 and 5, and they're amazing.
Yeah, they're incredible.
They're great. And Xander has just poured so much love into them and cares so much for them, and has almost become like a co-parent in a way. Like, I'm always, like, telling them about milestones, or if there's, like, a decision to be made for one of them, they're always a sounding board for me. We go on little family outings together. If the kids don't see them for a while, they're asking about Xander and Looney. They love Looney.
Yeah. Looney's definitely a co-parent.
Yeah, Looney is. Yeah.
It's kind of amazing because parenting is no joke.
It's no joke.
And transitioning from being a 2-parent household to a 1-parent household is like a whole other thing. And so I can see how there's, like, a support I can offer in those moments where you're like, this just happened at school. Like, what do we do? Or any of the things. And for me, I have had, ever since I was little, some of the most baby fever of anyone I've ever met. Like, I love children so much. And one of the big pain points in my life is not being able to have bio kids. And also, like, having to, like, from a genetic illness standpoint, like, I can't birth children. And from a just day-to-day life capacity illness standpoint, I can't even, like, adopt a kid. Like, being a parent is out of reach for me. And so I can't even describe the gift that it is to be able to be a part of your and our children's lives in a way that, like, I can do, and in moments and times that I can offer, and feeling like, oh, I can contribute even if I'm not, like, a full 100% parent. Like, I can still, and then that means I also get to, like, receive some of the big nourishment and juice of children, I mean, they just bring so much life and
Yeah.
imagination and curiosity and joy into our lives. And it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And for them to have different folks, you know, like they are getting a village.
They are. They
And
truly have a village.
They're really starting to believe that they have that. Like
Yeah.
they're starting to realize like, oh, I have more than just mommy and daddy. Like I have all of these, or at least like a number of other folks who are here, and like we're not going anywhere. And I think that's even like something that's so beautiful that queer culture brings is like we choose our family and it's real.
Yeah, I think the other day, actually, I was just, random thoughts. How many people are in my life that I would trust to watch my children? 12. 12 people. Like,
Wow.
that's unheard of, I think. You know?
Especially because how many would it have been a year ago?
1.
And they would say yes. They would show up.
Say yes. Yeah. And they would tell me no if they couldn't. Yeah. Yeah.
It's also just amazing that it's a year.
Yeah.
Like that is not a long time. I mean, it feels way longer, but like that's a pretty
It's been a big changing year. Yeah.
Big changing year.
It's a big changing year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dipsy, the 5-year-old, started kindergarten this year, and we got to do a ritual for her for kindergarten, and now she has a unicorn that goes with her as her friend that she always has with her.
Yeah, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful, and she was so into it. And it's so special also to like be passing on this sort of reverence for ancestors, this belief in magic, this love for our earth. These are traditions and practices that people typically come to later on in their life. It's not traditionally like a hereditary thing. And we are, raising the next generation with these traditions and beliefs, and who knows where they'll end up with that, but it's so special. It's so special to see. Yeah.
And they contribute so much. Like they can make it their own,
and they do.
They do, and it's amazing what kids are capable of when it comes to tapping into the unseen realms and to nature and animals and ancestors and dragons and
all the things.
Unicorns.
The unicorns.
They're so
fairies.
They have such an ability to really connect, and they have so much to teach us.
And I think special. A lot of children have that, like they feel that connection, but they're around adults that tell them that's not real, and so they drift away from it. And my children are surrounded with people who are open and, say, I believe you, and let's talk about it. And so they get to like hang on to that bit of what it means to be a child, and that like that spark is nourished in them.
And what it means to be a child is some of the most wise ways of being that we all have but often lose. And so they help me like hold on to some of that and grow it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there by any chance a song that connects to that particular vibe you've just beautifully described.
would have recorded the
kiddos.
unicorn song.
I know, the unicorn song.
We got a really good song in that ritual, but we didn't record it, so
Yeah.
it lives in the other realms.
A lot of times we songs just come through for us in the moment, and especially like when we have other voices there, like these harmonies, it's just beautiful. And yeah, sometimes we forget to hit record on the phone
A lot of
because
times.
we're so in it.
What about the song?
The song I wrote for you.
Lyric gave me the best gift I've gotten so far. I don't know if it's the best, but it feels like it right now. It's up there for the best gifts.
In my head, it'll be the best because it makes me feel good. So this song came through for me, or the chorus to the song came through for me when Xander was away. Were you facilitating somewhere? Yeah. Xander was away. They weren't gone for long. And like I said earlier, we're like in this pool together, this energetic pool. And it's totally fine for us to be away from one another. And they had been gone, and I was just driving back to my house, and I just had a thought come into my head, like, when are they coming back? I don't even know what day they're coming back. And I hadn't texted them the whole time they were gone. You know, they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to text them when I get home. And 2 seconds later, Xander texted me, I just landed in Denver. I'll be home, soon. And so it was just like, okay, there's that, like, we're so connected. And also, like, when they texted me, I had this, like, just this wave come over me of, like, relief that they were going to be close again. And I hadn't realized how much, like, I missed them, I had been fine. And then this wave came over me, and, part of what I've got going on neurologically, most of the time I'm sort of like not totally in my body. And so I don't always see, I don't always see in 3D. Well, that's the best way I can describe it. It's almost like the sky is there and the clouds are on the sky, but it's really just like a painting, and it's all just, I'm just moving through this two-dimensional world. And when this wave came over me, this relief came over me, all of a sudden, like, I could see the clouds. And so the chorus to this song came through, and I recorded it while I was driving and sent it to Xander. Hoping, I hope this isn't too weird.
I was like, too weird? What do you mean?
And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to turn it into a whole song. And so a couple days later, it was finished. And you want me to sing it? Okay. All right. I'll sing it.
If you're up for it.
I'm up for it. Well, hopefully it goes well. Let me get a sip of water. Okay. Well, I've been walking along, just living my life, and I thought there's nothing wrong. Nobody feels alright. I didn't know how much I missed you. I didn't know until you came through. I see the clouds in all their depth now. I see the sun, there's no shadows I fear, 'cause I know you're hasn't been for long, oh, but I feel it. I feel it in my soul. And the truth is it's been hard. All this change got my chest feeling tight, and no pill drink at the bar can take this load and make it light. I didn't know how much I missed you. I didn't know until you came through. Oh, if it wasn't for you, I'd still be at home, beaten up and alone. Thank the gods for your song. I see the clouds in all their depth now. I see the sun, there's no shadows I fear, 'cause I know you're near, and oh, you've been gone. Hasn't been for long, oh, but I feel it. I feel it in my soul. A friend like you's hard not to miss. No, I know I got this. Oh, I'm so strong, so resilient. But we all need to be held. Want you to know how much I love you. Want you to know I'll always come through. Let's watch the clouds drift across the sky. Let's feel the sun and just be here. Sing it with me, dear, and oh, we're not alone. Even when we're gone, oh, we'll feel it. We feel it in our souls.
My goodness. This feels like the lyrical entry in the encyclopedia for interdependence. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Such a tearjerker. And it's also so amazing to think about love.
Yeah.
Because our relationship redefines love for me in so many ways, because in so many ways it's so much deeper than the romantic love that we learn about. And like what does it mean to be a partner? Like I just feel like as I'm learning to prioritize friendship as sacred, if not more, or like it doesn't need to be more or less, but like as sacred as every other type of love. Like there's just so much possible. And when you were like, is this weird or is this overwhelming? I'm like, no, but there is a time where my attachment system would have been totally freaked out.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, oh my God, are we gonna like, like, are we gonna be codependent or enmeshed, or like, are you gonna need me? And like, I don't know if I can show up. And I think that's also a sign of healing or growth around like, I'm not afraid to love you and I'm not afraid for you to love me. And it's because it's okay that when we're like, we're okay, you know, and like, we aren't like, it's not that we always are okay on our own, but there's something that feels freeing in the love versus chaining. Or
Right.
like,
It's
yeah.
that trust.
Yeah.
We trust each other.
And like you said, we can say no.
Yeah.
And we actually will.
Yeah.
Which honestly, hearing you say that I will say no is such a breath for me, because there's so long where I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know how.
Yeah.
It's all so, so tender. And there's something in this reciprocity and this not transactional that is so foundational in it, in the connection that has the flow that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also just like when there aren't the scripts, then everything else can become possible. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what can I give? What do I want to give? Like, it's probably not in the whatever formula that should be, but there's all this other stuff that can be made available when we're thinking about like what is here, and also what is needed, and how can we meet those needs while also honoring ourselves. And it's hard, like there's a lot of hard shit happening. It's not like we're like, ooh, roses and butterflies and everything, but like also there's beauty in the heart, and that's that pain and pleasure, grief and joy, like it's all inseparable. And if we weren't able to experience the hardship, the grief, the loss, the pain, the oppression, the trauma, the confusion, like if we weren't able to do that, then the other joy and connection also for me wouldn't be available.
Yeah. So to come back to this sort of timeline of my divorce journey, we've talked about my birthday celebration and the collective magic we put into that. And then when I came back from the grief retreat and the ask to stay with you. But I want to talk about what happened at the grief retreat, because it was so beautiful. And this really highlights that coming together in pain and pleasure, I think.
Yeah.
While I was at the grief retreat, despite what was going on with my marriage, I wasn't focused on that. That wasn't the grief that I wanted to talk about. I was instead talking about like worrying about being a good enough parent, and like not wanting to inflict intergenerational trauma on my children, and raising them in a household with so much discord, and like I had a lot of grief around that, and also a lot of fear about if I was going to be good enough, if I was on my own, and I talked about being parentified as a child and always having to take care of my parents and take care of their emotions, and how like I've just carried that my whole life, taking care of other people and managing other people's emotions, and how it never like has been about me. It's always been about whoever it was that I was taking care of. And that sometimes it feels like that being a mom. Like it was never about me when I was a child, and now it's never going to be about me. Because I'm a mom and it has to be about them. And then like the grief of like even naming that like felt like there's a lot of shame associated with like that thought process. And so all that was going on, and then I get a text message from my mom that my sister is in the hospital with a cardiac event. And I was just like, I could, I was broken by that. I was mad at her for not taking care of herself. I was scared, that something was going to happen to her. I was like, I was confused. There were all these things happening, and we were just about to like come together again at the grief retreat and like do our next session. And I told our friend that was there with us that I didn't think I could come up. And then I did come upstairs, and I was like planning on just sort of like being in the background. And Xander asked what was going on, and I told them, and immediately everything changed. The whole plan changed. They were going to do a session just for me, a group session, build me a nest. And when we do these group sessions, we're allowed to ask for whatever we want for our session. So it doesn't just have to be like talking about what you're grieving. Like you can process it however you want. And what I really wanted and was afraid to ask for, because I thought it would be too big of an ask, but what I really wanted is I wanted an improvised song. I wanted to be held, and I just wanted everyone around me to just start singing and like create something new. And for me to not have to sing in it and to just like witness that. And they said yes. They said yes. And Xander was holding my head, and everyone was singing. And then Xander's voice, I'm going to cry about this. Xander's voice just came through, and they started improvising. And it was so beautiful, and they were so uninhibited. And like, I was so proud and happy for them in that moment, because I know how hard it has been for them to find their voice, and they were completely in their voice, and they were doing it for me. Yeah. So in this moment of deep, deep pain and suffering came this joyful, like transformative experience, I think, for both of us. Yeah. Did you even know you could do that?
No. And luckily we recorded it,
We
so
did.
maybe we can pop some of the recording into here.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool because Lyric has so generously poured so much of their vocal skill and compassion into my voice and into my confidence. And then to have that moment where the musical lyrical medicine that they needed could come through me, but like it was because in part all of the pouring into me that they'd done so I could do that just felt like this. I don't know how to describe it, but this feeling of like regenerating, like who knows who's giving and receiving right now, because it's so mutual. And we can also probably put a picture of their session, because they had like 9 different bodies and hands on them, and like weighted blankets, and they were just in this like, and I'm at their head, but there's people all over their body, and everybody's singing, and we're all in the ritual of it. We have not talked about what we're singing or thought about what we're singing. It's just coming through, and there's multiple layers of song and harmony and sounds, and then there's also the human touch and like the tenderness that we were all co-creating. And I will say there's a bunch of different skin colors and body sizes and abilities and genders in this group. And to have that all happening was, Lyric was in the center and got to really practice asking for what they needed and wanted. But all of us were being gifted and being resourced. And that is the type of nourishing that I'm so interested in exploring when
Yeah.
it's happening in so many directions and in so many different ways. And
Yeah.
I know that you said afterwards, like, it was a big ask and you weren't sure if it was too much. And in some ways it was.
Yeah.
Because I know we were kind of looking at each other like, oh God, can we make it like like, are we going to make a song? But we didn't really have enough time to worry about it. So we just had to go for it. But we had no idea what was going to happen. And like, this was not a singing troupe. This was a grief retreat, you know? Which made it better because we weren't singing because we were trying to be good. We were singing, or, you know, the recording was just on a phone because Lyric asked for, you know, wanted to have that. But that it wasn't a singing group was actually better because we weren't there to try to like make an amazing musical piece, compose something. Like, we were there to be in that ritual
Yeah.
and in that moment. And it's, to me, it's just such a reminder of how all of it is connected, because the grief made way for that connection, which made way for the play and the improv and the stretching. And because it was almost too much of an ask, I was stretched beyond what I knew I could do. And it wasn't from a place of I have to do this, it was from a place of somewhere else. Like, it came through with ease.
Yeah.
And I know some of the people afterwards felt the same way.
I know everyone was
Yes.
excited afterwards. And like the beautiful thing about song is that you have to be present. You're in the moment. And so everyone there was like in that moment completely. And when you're singing and sounds are interweaving, it's like it's a pulling together. It was a literal weaving of a web around me, like a cocoon being woven around me, and that I like emerged from changed, but we all did.
We all did.
We all did.
Yeah. Just, I think I haven't really synthesized this thought yet, but it makes me think about, I've been really feeling this concept of needs as power, which is for another time. But when we ask for things, it's like,
We acknowledge ourselves.
yeah, we acknowledge ourselves, and like being able to identify and express needs is one of the biggest feats of my present life. And I'm just wondering, like, so often I'm gauging, like, is this too much? Like, where's the right sized ask here, you know?
Yeah.
And that example makes me wonder, like, you pushed beyond what was a little bit too much, and that actually served us all.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what there is to learn in that around requests.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of another one of those rewiring moments, because my brain wants to be like, ask within the limits of what's doable here, because don't like I don't want to put anyone out. But if we know everyone is going to still be in their own agency to be able to say yes and no and track themselves, which is, you know, not always the case,
Not
but
always the case, but
there is a way that stretching those needs beyond what is reasonable or, you know, like seems doable, maybe is a different kind of nourishment for the whole system, or can be in certain concept ways.
Yeah, I think in my being, I knew this group was capable of meeting the ask. Like, I knew it. I wanted them to see that, you know, and I don't know.
And you somehow felt worthy enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you went from like, I'm not going to come upstairs to I'm going to be in the middle. I mean, that's like such a big shift. And it's so interesting when we can be present enough to what is here in each moment. We
Yeah.
can make space for shifts like that, including totally change our plan for whatever we were gonna do during that session. Like this was obviously way more potent and powerful and
Yeah.
poignant for everything. But like, how can we attune to ourselves and each other enough to be able to be that present in each moment that we can be with what is
Yeah.
here?
I think you said to me, I feel like you need a session. And then Xander turned to everybody, can we do a session? And
Oh no.
I was like, okay.
Sometimes I'm not the best with consent. Yeah.
But it was one of those examples where you almost like know me better than I know myself sometimes, I feel.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was, I still could have said no, and I knew I could have said no. But I was like, yeah, no, that is what I need. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for taking care of me.
There's something here about this sort of complex, tricky things bringing you closer and having then the growth that you're mutually experiencing together and witnessing in each other. And all of this has so much visual imagery as you've been sharing it. And especially the part where it's lyric at the center, because this is the fascinating thing about the care web is that it keeps inverting. It's like we might be here centering around Xander and talking about that, and all of these guests are coming in. There's something that feels like Xander's centered in it, but sometimes Xander wants to center someone else, and someone else needs and wants to be centered, and it's just happening in its own organic ways, in part, I think, because you're both calling in the magic and letting it play out.
Yeah.
That is so interesting about,
Yeah.
what and who is centered. I think that's the thing that I feel the most uncomfortable about with this whole project is that like I'm the center of it because I'm like, that feels so icky. And there's also something stretchy for me in the way that I've decentered myself to a fault for like my entire life. But recognizing that like as I claim my needs and create and build my web, then other people get to have their needs and their webs. And it's not like hopefully I'm not just like, this is my web, but it's like, oh, Lyric now also can have a web and like can be centered. And hopefully so many of us can.
It's like web's gone viral.
Oh, this is so sweet. We need 5 more hours.
I know.
Absolutely. And I am wondering if, as we say goodbye, if there is a song that the two of you would want to share together.
Do you want to do the house one? We'll do it.
Okay, and so just context, there's this part of this song that's beyond my current capacity and Lyric's been helping me. So you can model to everyone what you do or you stop and then we hear how I'm doing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
This is how I learned to sing.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. I gotta remember how.
Yeah, okay.
Gotta
Like
remember
this.
how. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I forgot.
In this house, we lead with love. In this house, we lift each other up. In this house, we learn to fly with the dove. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of.
So come on over.
Come on over.
Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Come on over.
Come on over.
Let's be friends.
Let's be friends.
Come on over.
Come on over.
There is enough.
Oh, this is the house
we've been dreaming of. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Can we do it again? Yes. In this house, we lead with love. In this house, we lift each other up. In this house, we learn to fly with the dove. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Come on over. Come on over. Welcome in. Welcome in. Come on over. Come on over. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Come on over. Come on over. There is enough. Yes. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Oh, this is the house we've been dreaming of. Yeah. So good.
Holy cannoli. Whoa. So powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you to Carisha Longacre, who that song came through. And to Carisha for being another one of my local doulas. And if you don't know, Carisha is part of the band Mamuse. Highly recommend looking them up because their music is not just music, it's teleporting medicine, prayer, magic. Yeah. And I am so grateful for Carisha's presence and power in helping me find my voice and my light and my darkness and all of my frequencies. So thanks, Carisha, bringing you in right now.
Come on over. Come on in, Carisha, and everybody that's weaving into this web. Oh, yeah.
Come in here.
Oh, yeah.
Come to this bed.
Sweet. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I don't want this podcast to just show a care web. I want it to be one. We're building it as we go. And I honestly still don't fully know what a care web is. But I'm really into dreaming into it with you. If you want to be part of it, DM me at Xander Pierre Keller on Instagram or TikTok, or email heldtogetherpod@gmail.com. Finding my voice through song has been a big part of my journey. I knew there needed to be held together music, so I sent some voice memos to my friend Ember Bradbury. She responded with the first of many held together songs, the one we're singing here. Find her as Sorona Isle. Stay tender, stay tangled, stay held together.
Held together we survive, held together we nourish, held together we thrive, held together we flourish.